Okay, everyone ready?
Yes.
Hey nerds, what's up? So, welcome to Nerdbase's first podcast, episode 1. We're super excited. So just quick, if you don't know anything about us, we are a toys and collectibles business. We deal in loads of things ranging from vintage toys, modern collectibles. We also sell comic books. And we've been around for a little while, but we've just started jumping into this YouTube podcast series. And yeah, this is the first one. So just a quick introduction. So I'm Ryan. Today with me, I've got Brett.
Hello, I'm Brett.
And Tom.
Hello.
So, okay, so first things first, so guys, Deadpool came out. So we're going to talk about Deadpool to start with. I know loads of people have seen Deadpool, some may not have, so real quick, this is going to be spoilers.
It's going to be,
right?
We're going to talk about cameos and parts of the movie.
So, if you haven't seen it, then maybe skip.
Come back and watch.
It was so sad when Chewbacca died.
All right then. So I don't know. Let's go around the table. We'll start with Tom.
Yeah.
What's your general views on the movie?
I mean, we haven't spoken about it.
We haven't.
Spoken about it to Brett.
I actually saw it recently as well,
Yeah.
like a couple of days
I
ago.
think you saw it Wednesday, didn't you?
I think it's Wednesday. Yeah.
I loved it. I think it was, incredible. I know that a lot of people have been kind of annoyed with Marvel or kind of gone off Marvel in the recent things. I haven't, but I know that a lot of people have. And I think this definitely kind of revives Marvel for a lot of people.
For me, I went in expecting good things. Like I went in expecting to be entertained at the very least. Obviously, I saw loads of stuff online. I tried my hardest not to get all the spoilers because my god, everything was getting spoiled for me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but
So
I only had to open Instagram and there's like a meme on there or a cameo on there.
I tried to go see it on the first day, but even the day before release, they spoiled Elektra.
Yeah.
For me, it was Ali Plum in his midweek movie quiz, and part of the quiz he spoiled it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know she was going to be in it.
Do you know what? Funny thing for me, what got spoiled for me, I didn't actually realize how many cameos and new characters was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And the spoiler for me was actually Blade.
Oh really?
Yeah, I had no idea Blade was going to be in it, and then Blade was there, and it was Wesley Snipes, and I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god, Wesley's in it.
The callback to like them hating each other as well was pretty funny.
That was smooth. I liked that.
I saw an interview where Wesley Snipes is basically saying that he made it up back in 2003 or whatever, and just made it up.
Well, did you guys? He said something in the film, didn't he? He was like, "I will only ever be. There'll only ever be one Blade."
Yeah. Obviously looked at the camera.
What did you think of it, Brett?
I enjoyed it.
I know you had a slightly different view on it.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing or spectacular. I just thought it was good. It was a very just fun film, but there was very, very little to the actual story. Yeah.
I saw
it was everything was just happening, and you're kind of just rolling along.
Everything happened very fast.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
And I got spoiled on everything, but I had no idea who any of the actors were. So I was like, "Who are these people?" And I was watching the film, and the only one I recognised the entire time was Toad.
Yes! Oh my god! Do you know what? I love that.
That's a quick one.
I loved because again, I expected loads of cameos because but I didn't expect to see like old X-Men film characters. I was really hyped for that.
Yeah.
Seeing Pyro in it, Toad in it. I expected to see Sabretooth.
Yeah.
I think he was in a trailer.
He was in one of the last trailers. Yeah. Again, that's what kind of annoyed me a bit was you had X-23 and Sabretooth in the last trailers. I was already excited to see the movie. I think most people were going to go and see it anyway. Putting them in the trailers didn't really feel necessary. Gambit though.
Oh yeah, Gambit.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was a nice surprise.
Obviously, Channing Tatum's been trying to play Gambit for years, and to get the chance to actually see him was
really sweet. Actually, I saw like a I think it was a podcast actually. Someone had him on, and he was just kind of saying how, like you said, he's been trying to get Gambit off the ground for ages, and like I think he nearly got it done with Fox.
Yeah, so
nearly
before Disney bought Fox, they'd announced the Gambit film.
Yes, that's right. That's what
Disney buys Fox, and they cancelled
it.
But apparently, Kevin Feige was like, "Oh, I want to do it.
Yeah,
it's
just don't know how to fit it in.
Exactly.
That's it.
So I understand it, and I'm just glad that he's been able to play him.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he did a good job.
I hope they do more of him.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't like how he looked." I think like I've seen loads of people do like Photoshop, and they'll like have sort of like an edited version of Channing Tatum's Gambit in like they've just kind of like photoshopped his outfit, put like the goatee and everything on. And I get it. Like people wanted him to look more Gambit. I guess, like more like comic book
Yeah.
style Gambit.
I think it looked very.
But I think it was great, and I think
I
thought he did a good job.
I thought it was really cool. It's such a strange character anyway to put into live action because his magic trick is he throws cards.
yeah. I was wondering how they were going to do that.
Yeah,
I thought they did it really
really
cool.
well.
I really loved him flinging the cards around. That was really cool.
Obviously, they made a big joke of him with his voice, which was funny.
I'm about to make a name for myself.
Apparently, they told him to play to do it more,
and he
so
did it,
which to play into the joke,
Yeah.
which was very funny. I think he smashed it.
He did. He did a good job.
The other big cameo that I loved was Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah, I know you had a very short clip. But
short.
That was really good.
But the bit obviously Deadpool says "Oh, we're going to treat you better than the guys down the street."
Yeah, exactly.
So
clever.
clever.
Yeah. So what would you? Sorry, Brad.
I have to admit, my only gripe for the whole film, major gripe, would be that they didn't do much with the Deadpool variants, Lady Deadpool.
I'm going to get to that actually.
Deadpool, all of them. They just felt very underutilized.
Yeah. I do understand what you mean. Yeah, it was a great scene, but you'd expect more from them.
Would have been more comedic if all the Deadpool variants had rushed downstairs when Wayne and Logan and Deadpool were holding hands, and they all start holding hands as well.
Yeah,
and it's like a big love circle.
I did love that they all love Peter.
Yeah.
That sort of brings me on to what I was going to ask. So obviously, loads of callbacks, cameos, loads of stuff in the film. What's your favourite either new character you saw, callback, cameo? Who's your favourite?
So, loved seeing Chris Evans back as Human Torch.
I actually
lots of other people said that they thought it was going to be Captain America. As soon as he was there, I was like, "Oh, it's Human Torch." I kind of knew, but that still did it really well. But yeah, my two favourites were Gambit and then just seeing Henry Cavill, because both of them I did not expect to see. There's rumours of Blade. Obviously, I knew Elektra. Chris Evans coming back was kind of again rumoured.
Yeah,
but them two were
there was a lot that you kind of already expected.
Yeah, but them two just blew my mind. I didn't
I
genuinely squealed in the cinema because I was like,
language.
But amazing.
My favourite was Brett Paul. I was actually in the film.
Oh my god!
You can't prove me wrong because I was wearing a mask. You see, I was in the film.
Yeah, I'm sure you were there.
I was flinging Deadpool action figures. That was my
on theme for the job, right? Yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised if somehow
I stole Ryan Reynolds. I stole Ryan Reynolds' wallet. I was
brilliant.
Yeah,
that's good. Mine's a similar vein. It was the Deadpool characters, but my favourite's got to be Lady Paul.
Yeah.
How can I not say Lady Paul? When she came on screen, the way she walked in through the portal as well.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry, wife.
I think it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I saw someone. I think it was the movie dweeb saying that they could have utilised her so much better.
Yeah, so she didn't really do much.
Yeah. He was come up with something where she goes "Oh, I've only come here to be on set so I can tell you to come home and be with your kids.
Yeah.
They miss you. You're spending so much time on set.
I really think it's cool.
You could have bigged it up. You've got Blake Lively there. You could have.
And they didn't.
Take a mask off.
Yeah, do something. Yeah. I guess they just expected people would know that it's her.
Yeah. And also,
she did a great voice.
It wasn't necessarily about it being her. It was just the fact that it was Lady Paul there.
Yeah.
But if you've got her there's so many jokes that you could have made, and
she's super cool. Yeah.
But I loved it. I just think that you could have done a bit more.
Yeah, Deadpool's a very meta character, and in the second film there was lots of breaking the fourth wall jokes, whereas this one felt more like poking fun at Marvel jokes rather than breaking the fourth wall in general.
Yeah, I get that. Other than Nice Paul, who
yeah, who's just nice. Yeah.
A bit. Oh man, yeah. Sorry, the dog, the dog as well.
So
oh my god,
funny.
the dog.
Obviously, I know you said about throwing your action figures.
Yeah.
Leads on to the next bit.
Yeah, looking forward to the action figures. Obviously, we were supposed to get some of them this month.
Yeah, so this is interesting actually because loads of customers ask us about this. So Tom will know a bit more about this, but they've all been delayed, haven't they?
Yeah, I think October is
so all the major Legends figures and stuff.
Yeah, so that's obviously you've got the Logan. There's a couple of Logans, a couple of Deadpools. You've got the yellow suit Wolverine, the Colossus. All been pushed back.
It's a shame, really, because obviously when you expect when the film,
you want them out for the movie,
right?
But they still look great.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I'm definitely going to pick all of them up.
I think a big thing with film merchandise in general ever since films have been flopping, merchandise like publishers and like toy producers don't want to put it out before the film, because if they put it out before the film, they've got to sell it.
Yeah,
whereas if they wait till after, they can do smaller amounts and then like not worry.
It's smart business.
Deadpool was a guaranteed hit.
I was going to say that.
They would have been safe releasing.
Deadpool's one that you could have done beforehand. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. It's going to sell.
I mean, I get your point. Definitely, because we've had it loads of times where all the toys will come out and the movie was a flop, and it's just so hard to sell all that merch.
Yeah, definitely.
So, it's not a bad film, but like Dungeons and Dragons had that problem.
Yeah, we had all of the figures. We had everything. We had so much stuff, and sadly, a lot that didn't get the best reception.
I love the film.
It's a fun
film.
A lot of
people love the film.
I actually did like the film.
Didn't necessarily.
Just didn't perform well, did it? And that's just business sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's weird because obviously all the old toy companies used to make the shows to sell the toys.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Now it doesn't kind of feel
now
like
the shows come out and the toys are the tack on.
Yeah. Whereas the shows were definitely the tack on before, like Masters of the Universe, the Turtles and stuff like that. It was you're trying to sell toys.
Yeah, that's what it was all about in the day.
And now they're late to bring out the toys.
Yeah, before we move on then, so just overall rating of the film then, of Deadpool Wolverine. What are you going to out of 10?
10 out of 10. I think although the story wasn't as good as, or not as good, it was a lot simpler than something like Endgame or Infinity War. I still enjoyed the story, loved all the callbacks, all the cameos and stuff. So for like enjoyment levels, 10 out of 10.
I expect you'll be a bit more critical.
7 out of 10.
7.
Juggernaut wasn't big enough. that was my big criticism.
I did think that. Yeah. That was. Don't get me wrong. He's not a small dude. That dude was a big dude, right? Yeah. But no, I get what you're saying. Like we used to have Vinnie Jones. That, like,
they should have had 3 men who are wrestlers, arms interlocked, all wearing a big helmet together.
I don't know if Marvel would have done that. I mean, good ideas.
I like it though. It's easy for me. I think that was straight 10 out of 10. Yeah. I actually went to see it by myself, like a real sardo.
I went to see it by myself.
You did? Oh wow! You just think we could have just got together and seen it? So yeah.
I mean,
we don't.
You're on holiday.
But no, honestly, it was 10 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was very fast paced, but I feel like considering, I think the film was actually quite long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So and it didn't feel long.
No,
it was just.
It went.
Yeah, they did well. Yeah,
so,
enjoyed it. Cool.
Overall,
great,
very good for Marvel and Disney. Moving on to something that I don't like that Marvel and Disney have done. We've got the. I mean, I've spoken to both of you about this. The San Diego Comic-Con and D23 announcements. The big one being Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You could say it's doomed to fail.
Wow!
I think, honestly, I'm probably the biggest Marvel fan here.
So you really don't like this?
But I hate that. I hate it. The decision to bring, and I've kind of rationalised it.
But everyone's rationalising it, right? So everyone's trying to think of a way that it would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've done.
Yeah,
and I've got a way that I would want it to play out, where I'd be like, okay, makes sense.
And there are ways that could make sense, but
if they're doing multiversal, which we know they are with Secret Wars,
there's a good
there
chance
could be multiple Doctor Dooms. If one of them happens to be a Tony Stark variant who became Doctor Doom, that's fine.
I think the problem we've really got is that if that's not the route they take, then it's just what people are saying is just like another way for like Disney to get Robert Downey Jr. back on the scene because he's a moneymaker. And it's like people want to see him. Yeah. So like they're forcing it. People are saying they're forcing it.
Lots of people like review bombed the not the announcement, but like recent Marvel movies. People have review bombed them.
Right.
So Disney kind of look at it and go, well, when we had Robert Downey Jr., we were doing well.
We had good ratings.
And now it's rubbish. So let's bring him back.
Yeah.
It will work if he is a Doctor Doom. I don't think it will work if he is every Doctor Doom.
I think in a lot of ways, the Disney Marvel films are losing what made them special at the start. At the very start, they were all, and not unknown actors, but smaller actors at the time, and those were the films that made them. Whereas at the moment, they're focusing so much on getting big names in just to fill the films in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that with certain things. Like Eternals, I'd say no. They had a couple of big people like obviously Salma Hayek and.
But for the most part,
there was smaller. I mean, you had the guy from Game of Thrones. Can't remember his name.
I don't think I've actually seen Eternals.
I like Eternals.
Am I thinking right? Was Angelina Jolie in it? Yeah, and
So
she's a big name.
Yeah, they've got quite a few big names. They've done in other things like Ms. Marvel is a completely new actress, and there's a lot of newcomers. I just don't understand why they can't move away from Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Getting big names isn't a problem.
I think sadly he's just so world renowned, isn't he? That people love him, people hate him, and for whatever reason, Disney were like, they want him back. Yeah. Probably what you said, money, innit? They saw their ratings.
The other thing is, obviously, they got rid of Kang.
Yeah.
They didn't want people to talk about Kang.
Yeah.
So what's going to distract people? Oh, Robert Downey Jr. It's a distraction.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's clever because it's what people have talked about.
Also, what they announced, this was D23 though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Stitch live action. Did you guys see Stitch live action?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pull up a picture real quick because I've actually forgotten what it looks like.
It's obviously it's like a teaser thing.
It was literally him just popping out the thing.
He pops out the poster and you kind of get to see his design. I'm quite excited.
Do you know what? It does look really good.
Yeah.
I was expecting another Sonic moment.
They could have definitely.
I still think that was on purpose, but that's not about. We're not talking about that in this podcast. But have you seen it, Brett? Did you see
Yeah, he looks like a furry, like possum, like badger.
Yeah, he looks like he's an alien, isn't he? So
watch that.
So that's interesting.
Obviously, Disney's had a lot of live actions in the recent years. Not all of them been super popular. I think this one's going to be a good one. I think I'm going to.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will.
Hopefully.
I mean, it could be an awful film. I'm not saying it's going to be a good film.
Yeah.
But graphically, the effects look good. The visuals look good. Yeah, they've done a good job.
I do wonder what roast Stitch would taste like.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. You want to eat the guy. That's, Okay.
So, what movies, Disney movies specifically, would you guys want to see?
Live action.
Yeah,
see, this one I like.
Me and Ryan have definitely spoken about this a couple of times in the past.
There's one in particular that I want to see with all my dying breath as a live action film because I just think it'd be perfect for live action.
I know what you're going to say.
Treasure Planet. How are they not made Treasure Planet already? It's like Space Pirates.
Yeah.
It's just basically they could just.
How fun would that film be?
Oh, it would be so good.
And
so good.
CGI is there now. It's so easy to do. The other one
look very good.
The other one I want to see is an Atlantis live action.
Haven't they announced that?
Not official, I don't think.
Oh,
maybe.
So is there like rumours about?
I think there's rumours, and someone did like a fan trailer for it, which
just loads of fake clips stuck together.
Yeah,
I hate those. I won't lie. I hate those. Yeah, I've been tricked a few times.
Hopefully, we get them too. They're doing a lot of like Moana. They just announced at D23 which I think
they're more modern.
It's crazy because Moana was what, less than 5 years ago.
It's not an old film. Yeah. No, not really.
Tell you what, Disney is sleeping on one of the biggest properties to put into live action that they haven't ever done before. Star Wars, they've never done it before.
Oh dear. Yeah, they need to adapt Rebels into a series.
Just all the Star Wars, like the original episodes, and they're just dated now.
So you mean just like carbon copy?
You want to remake?
Yeah, just remake it. Exact same actors.
I mean, they're the
same
actors.
Yeah, same actors.
They're going to struggle with that. Half of them
get on a bit.
Yeah,
we'll use like couple cutouts of them
for the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think Treasure Planet for me.
Treasure Planet.
That would be there.
It's definitely my number one. Atlantis is
a live action.
Is a close second. I think
Atlantis also on the same vein as that. Like they're two very similar.
Yeah.
Kind of like Disney animated movies where they could be great live action.
Yeah, I think Hercules would be a good one. I'd like to see that. I don't know if that's been announced.
Hercules is one of my favourite.
Hercules would be very fun. Get Henry Cavill.
Sure, man. Yeah, for sure.
Put Henry Cavill in every movie.
Yeah. Star
Wars. He's playing the new Leia.
Yeah, I heard that. Oh, brilliant. I don't know if you've seen this. Did you see they dropped the Spider-Man animated trailer?
Yes. Yeah.
You've not seen it?
No.
Oh,
it's like a comic book style.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's kind of an alternate telling of the MCU. It's not set in the MCU. It's very like similar vibes to that. Instead of Tony Stark meeting Peter Parker, it's going to be Norman Osborn, which I think is quite a cool concept.
Yeah.
Did they say what it's going to be called yet? I can't remember if they said the
freshman
name.
year, maybe.
Freshman
Spider-Man freshman year. But I think the animation looks really cool.
Tell you what, I'm really disappointed that DC didn't announce an Amanda Waller standalone film. They're obsessed with her at the moment.
Yeah, they put her in everything they can. Yeah,
Speaking of Amanda Waller, I was watching Green Lantern the other night.
she's in that.
She's in that.
Yeah,
I didn't realise.
Not as Amanda Waller.
Yeah, different actress.
Oh,
But that
Amanda Waller's
character
in it,
was in
yeah.
it. Like, I know she's a big character.
Yeah.
I just didn't realise she'd been cropping up in movies that
She's
long.
had her own, like, 4 of her own comic runs now, and she's the biggest villain in all of
That's
them.
actually
Yeah.
quite hilarious.
Yeah,
That's-
they're really pushing Amanda Waller.
To be fair, they've got a brilliant actress to play her.
Yeah.
She is Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She is phenomenal.
The Suicide Squad Isekai has her busting it down in the intro. Like,
Yeah, because they're doing a new Suicide Squad, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Animated one? No,
It's
no.
animated.
It's
Suicide Squad.
it's Creature Commandos.
That's
Creature
the one.
Commandos,
Yeah.
yeah.
But she's in it.
Yeah, she's in it,
Changes
yeah.
her voice on it.
Yeah. So what James Gunn's doing is, for his like DC universe, the people doing the acting in live action will be the same ones that do the voices.
Yeah.
So say Superman appears in live action, then goes on to an animated show.
Yeah.
It'll be the same actor for both of them, which I quite like.
that's
It
cool.
keeps like the
Keeps like
continuity.
this cinema
Yeah.
consistent, doesn't it? Yeah, so we can. I suppose we should actually move on to talk a bit about what's been happening in the shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, we who wants to take lead on what some of our this month's current sort of big trade-ins were? Because I know you guys.
So we're closing down. Thanks, Kevin.
That's it. Business is over.
Yeah.
We've failed.
No, Brett, you do a lot of the
Do a lot of the
trade-ins.
trade-ins.
Any highlights for this month?
Were you there when the X-Men issue came?
I was. Yeah, that was quite a few months ago.
Yeah.
And
But we got it. Just got it back from grading.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in like a just like a 5p carrier bag. They all smelt of grease, and
Unfortunately, we get a lot of old stuff, old gems in this condition, which is a shame. But
yeah, the guy was saying he was cleaning out like an old office building, and he was like tasked with cleaning it out before the building got demolished. And he found them in a corner, and they had like a pipe leaking on them for ages, and on the top was an X-Men issue 1, and the condition it was in was awful. But after
still intact,
yeah,
right?
yeah. After cleaning it a bit, and really, really carefully cleaning it, we sent it off for grading, and it came back at 2.5, which really surprised us.
Do you know what? For an old comic, that's really good because when was that actually out? Is it like 63 or something?
I think it is.
1963, I think. X-Men issue
It's
1.
something actually older than you.
Surprise!
All right, I am the oldest here, but I'm not that old. Jesus, come on, guys, give me a break.
Okay.
All right,
I can see the grey hairs coming through.
mate. I have actually got grey hairs. Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in.
Yeah, we also have got another base set booster box.
Yes.
Yeah, that was here actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, came in the Canvey shop.
So it was
again.
straight in Bossman Craig's hands. That
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
so he handled that trade in.
Yeah, which is it's quite exciting. We've had it a few times now, but it's still always exciting when we get the base set.
It's good to get a
sealed
Pokemon
stuff.
base set because we've been lucky and we've had a lot of sealed Pokemon base set products.
Yeah, we had the Rockets as well. End of last year. I think it was end of last year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
In that new lot, it wasn't just the base set box either. It was with like the starter
Starter deck.
decks as
deck,
well,
yeah.
like sealed again,
Yeah,
like a whole display sealed.
Yeah, nice.
is great.
Nice little lot of stuff. Always fun to get
Yeah.
sealed Pokemon. We got the
I almost feel like
full
we're
packs.
underselling it because where
No, it's-
we've
that's
had a
the
few of them. To us now, it's like, oh, cool, we've got another base set.
I think
This one.
it is
But most
awesome.
people would be like, oh my god.
yeah.
The hard part is now working here for so long, I get more excited about a £3 piece of useless tat that's going to sit on my desk at home
Yeah.
than I do a 10 grand Pokemon booster box.
Because you've seen
We've
a lot
seen
of
them.
them.
Yeah, it's just like the
Yeah.
fourth, maybe fifth one
Yeah.
we've had. That might be too much, but
Yeah,
It's what it is.
it's
Like we
not
get a lot of
as
stuff
exciting
in.
for us anymore.
Yeah.
Still very exciting.
yeah, it's cool.
In terms of new stuff as well, we've had a few new bits and bobs. We've actually got some bits on the table. Nothing like I would say crazy has come out this
No,
month.
I mean
but
the pops are quite cool. We've
yeah,
got
we've got
Ghostface.
Ghostface.
It's
So
been a while since they did a Ghostface.
yeah, this one's quite interesting actually because you were saying like the last version of Ghostface they did. I
Yeah,
think,
they're
sold
sitting
quite a bit
around
of money.
200, wasn't it?
Yeah, at one point there's nearly touching like 700-800.
Yeah, it just
Really?
kind of
Yeah.
shows you the types of things that you could pick up that you could sit on for a while.
I think that old one's going to drop now. You've got
Yeah,
a new one,
yeah.
but it's cool.
I mean,
that,
yeah.
It's cool that they've done one again.
We've had loads of cool anime figures in. I'm a big One Piece fan, so some of my favourites were like the King of Artists, Trafalgar Law figures. I love this figure. Sadly, I didn't bring my one to show
Have
you.
it open.
Yeah, I will next time.
They're both ones that you.
Yeah, so
picked
Rob
up
Lucci
yourself,
and Travelor. I love my anime statues. Brett sort of got me hooked onto anime statues now.
Yeah, he's wearing his drip old Rob Gucci.
Yeah, his Rob Gucci drip. Yeah.
Go on, Brett, you got one.
We had this lovely Freeran figure from
that's good
now
as well.
number one's world highest rated anime.
It actually is. Yeah, it's like number one right now.
Yeah, it's currently
That's
sitting
big.
there.
Never heard of
It's a
it.
very popular show.
It's a show that follows after the events
You were telling me about it the other day.
of the adventure. So you're basically following a group after they've defeated the Demon King, after they've done everything, and they're just living their lives.
Yeah. And she's the elf, so she's living for hundreds of years longer than a lot of her party. So it's kind of sad. Yeah. Oh, we've also got the model kits behind Brett. We got loads of new Gunpla model kits in, and we got loads of the One Piece cruise ships, which is great. They're really good sellers, really fun to make, really easy to make.
You've put one together.
You've done them.
Yes, yeah. I've done the Thousand Sunny.
Yeah.
No, Going Merry.
Even if you don't like One Piece, they're really nice kits to build, really fun.
Yeah,
you enjoy them.
We obviously had the Shrouded Fable,
Pokemon,
which is doing quite well. The new
Fables,
Pokemon set. I can't remember the hit cards now. It's the Greninja. Is it Greninja?
No, Greninja is in Twilight Masquerade. Yeah.
This one, it's the trainer card. It's the hacker girl. I can't figure her name.
Right.
Yeah, but she's the chase card.
And there's a Giovanni's Persian, I think, in there as well. I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then of course Lorcana came out. New Lorcana, if you know Disney Lorcana.
Yeah.
Shimmering Skies came out, so that's the new set for those.
Speaking of Lorcana, I'm very impressed with their the Enchanted now.
Yeah, the new Enchanted look really nice.
Yeah.
They do look really nice.
When they first came out, I know Brett was saying that the art wasn't quite.
That's quite dull.
Yeah. But
that was your biggest gripe with it.
They've like the cards are now like embossed, so the characters look like stand out a lot more, and just the design of a lot of the cards, especially like the legendaries, Enchanted, they're really improving.
I think
so it's nice to see that they're improving.
But this is again like if we're getting into this, this is the Disney money getting in, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is like
they've got the money.
This is Disney looking at Ravensburger and going like, oh, we want you to do it this way. We want you to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Like obviously they've brought out the board gamey versions to teach you how to play Gateway and all the other special editions. No, it's very cool. I'm not disputing it at all. But you can tell that's where the sort of
they're trying to reach out to a casual market.
Yeah. Getting different products out there. But no, that's good. So loads of cool stuff that came out. I want to just briefly touch on upcoming products. Things that we're kind of like either looking forward to or we know are about to hit our shelves maybe in the next month or so.
Yeah. So one that is, I think, quite soon is I've seen it coming up a lot in America. Is the Jax Simpsons figures?
Oh, I saw these. They look great.
Cool. Yeah. So they've got a few different lines. They all look really good. There's a more posable lines. I think it's probably the most posable Simpsons figures
so
we've
you've
ever
got
had.
different scales.
Yeah.
So one's like the same scale as the original World of Springfield figures, and then you've got like the 2.5 inch, so like the smaller one.
Yeah,
they're like your pocket money toys.
Yeah. They've got some deluxe ones as well, like Angry Homer. They've got Groundskeeper Willie, but I think they look very good. I'm very excited. I will probably have to pick up quite a few of them.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never picked up any Simpsons figures, I don't think, but there's probably one or two I might pick up myself.
Yeah,
just certain characters that I always loved.
Yeah, definitely. They look good. I'm excited for them. Hopefully we get them in very soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, most places like Target and Walmart and stuff seem to be cropping up over there. So hopefully it's not too long
before we kind of get them
over
here.
here.
Yeah, that would be good.
Coming in November time, I believe, the Naruto and TMNT crossover comic.
So I'm quite hyped for this. This is I love my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love my anime as well. And the turtle, so the costume design of the turtles and the Naruto crossover looks so cool.
Just the
when you showed me these pictures, I think you're going to have them pop up on screen.
Yeah, I'll pop them up on screen now.
So it's going to have the images of the turtles popping up on screen in their like Naruto style ninja outfits. They look so cool.
Yeah. Who would have ever expected?
So, I don't necessarily I read a lot of manga and I dabble with comics, but I'm probably going to pick up these comics.
Yeah. So obviously you don't pick up many comics.
No,
I'm not big into Naruto. I've never watched it. I've never read any of it, but I'll definitely be picking up these ones just because it's so cool. Like the designs, as you were saying.
I think you enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've got down is they just announced, I think at Comic-Con maybe, a Ben 10 comic coming next year.
That's cool.
That's all I know about it. is that it's a Ben 10 comic coming 2025.
You are going to be
I'm
such a
gonna
little
buy-
schoolboy for that. You're going to be so
Yeah.
excited.
I'm going to buy so many of the different variants and stuff like that.
Every variant.
Every variant they do.
I bet you're hoping they'll release like toys alongside it. New
100%.
ones.
New toys, I'll take them. I'm hoping it is more based on the original series rather than the new ones. If it's Alien Force, I'll still pick it up, but I kind of want to,
I feel like if they're going to do it, they would start from the beginning, but this is just, that's just my opinion, but I guess they've got quite a big
they've got so many
franchise
options
that they could do.
Yeah.
So I don't know
I mean,
for sure.
a Ben 10,000 comic would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
say
cool.
In the future, where he's just kind of
There's a lot of routes they could take.
It all depends if they're planning on doing another reset of the Ben 10 universe. So it could just be a whole new Ben 10.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, they've done. It's been a little while since the last series aired. I know they did the reboot, which wasn't massively popular with fans. I've not really watched much of it, but it doesn't appeal to me. So maybe they are doing another fresh start. And
definitely could be. And I think that'd be cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Down for it. Down for it.
I think a lot of these franchises could do with aging with their customer base almost.
So funny you say that. Something that I think's done that very well is X-Men 97 series.
Yes.
Because that series, obviously, typically when it was on TV in the 90s when I watched it, was aimed for children.
Yeah.
It's a children's
Saturday
cartoon,
morning cartoon.
Exactly. I
kids,
watched the whole thing. X-Men 97
brutal.
is quite adult. Like, in a good way, because they know the people watching it were the kids that watched it in the 90s. And I'm like, I'm all for it.
Another thing
So that is a good example.
I think the best example would be Harry Potter. As they go on, the films get more serious.
Yeah,
they do grow up with
they grow
the
up with
kids
it.
and the audience.
Also very clever.
I was going to say Samurai Jack. Obviously, you had the Cartoon Network show, and then they came back with it on Adult Swim, and did a more
adult,
kind of a more brutal version, which was very cool. I think you're right. I think a lot of shows would benefit growing up with their...
It's that age-old saying, isn't it? Like, know your audience. So, like, if you've created that audience at a point in time when your audience was children, they are now adults, you need to think about sticking with them and creating content rather than trying to captivate a new audience where arguably we live in a different world now, right? So kids aren't into the same stuff necessarily we were as kids. Times change so fast.
Or they are into it, like things like Five Nights at Freddy's, where we were... I don't know if you
that's
played
more
it.
your era.
We were playing it when we were like, I don't know, it must have been 13, 14.
But now young kids are into it now.
And little kids come in asking for Five Nights at Freddy's, and it baffles me because I was genuinely scared of the game. Like, I was playing it around my mates in the dark. Like,
language.
Oh my god!
It was a horror game.
It was a horror game.
You get kids now being like, "Oh, have you got any of the toys?"
They're well into it.
They're
Kids love horror.
completely.
I get kids coming in here after the Chucky stuff. Seriously,
honestly,
they'll come and go. My favourite film's Chucky. How old are you, kid? 7.
It's nuts, but
It's crazy.
Yeah, with Five Nights at Freddy's, they've kind of done the opposite. Whereas rather than growing up, they've flipped it and gone for the. It is definitely know your audience and work with that.
I think a good example of it is like the wrestling. Like
actually wrestling.
Ages ago, when you was like the Attitude Era, you could get away with a lot more on TV. Now, because TV censorship and that sort of thing, you've got to be a lot more careful with what you do in it. But even then, they've still been able to try keep that air of spiciness. But like Netflix is going to be getting it soon, so of course it's all going to be less about. They're not going to have the TV censorship anymore, so it's going to be completely down to them.
Do you think it'll be more?
Yeah, I think you're going to get a lot more of the wrestlers doing what they want to do. Like, it's slowly happening at the moment because we've just come out of a large PG era of like everything being super censored. Like before, we wouldn't have been able to have like the whole multiple relationship angle with Dominic Mysterio being the absolute player that he is. You know, he's my idol.
Times have certainly changed, and
I mean, I remember. I think my dad had a Mankind figure. And it was just covered in blood.
They
you
just
don't
wouldn't do it anymore, do they?
No.
They just don't do it.
But yeah, speaking of Dominic Mysterio, what are your opinions on the?
This is something I don't know about, but you mentioned this.
I think I've seen clips because I send them to Brett, so
yeah,
they show me more. But
tell me about this then.
So Rhea Ripley was Domi's mummy, you know.
Right.
So like he was the little subby Dom, you know, to Rhea.
This is true. He's
not
making this up.
And then it goes on for a while. They're part of a group called Judgment Day, And now the Judgment Day started to fall apart because Finn Balor's betrayed Damian Priest, and then Liv Morgan fell in love with Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my god!
So
Bit of a mess in it.
So there's the love triangle. It's Dom with Rhea and
Okay, I see.
Liv.
So yeah,
and he was with Rhea.
Yeah. So
That's
then
kinda
they
awkward.
had a match, and it was Liv versus Rhea. And Dom helps Liv instead of Rhea, and
Ooh, the betrayal!
It's because Liv calls Dom Daddy, and,
Oh.
and he doesn't have to call.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So it's Daddy Dom now. I mean, I like Daddy Dom.
Brilliant. Oh my god. Okay, that's really interesting.
But it's quite
Yeah.
big news in the
Yeah.
wrestling circle.
And Roman
for
Reigns
sure.
returned on the same night, which was probably the biggest thing.
I didn't know that.
Are we going to
Yeah.
expect a big toy line from this?
Right,
Or like
I very much doubt
a
they'll be putting
series, maybe?
Daddy Dom on the toy.
That's what I'm
packaging.
wondering.
Is there a Mummy Rhea figure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's her in her attire from that period, and Dom
Right.
in his attire from that period.
It doesn't specifically
So
say.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
a triple pack with all three figures
That's
together
what we need.
would be
That's
good.
what we need.
Yeah, that would sell.
Mad. All right, wicked guys. So unless there's anything else specifically you wanted to talk about, either the shop or anything, I think we can wrap onto some customer questions.
Yeah. So
'cause-
we put on our nerd-based story the other day, asking for questions from customers, basically
Mhm.
things that you wanted to know from the team. We've selected a few. Obviously, we've got quite a few. We aren't able to get to all of them.
it's one of those things, we get a lot of questions, so I think you've tried to compile as many maybe the same similar questions so that we could answer that.
Yeah,
and then-
yeah. But obviously, if your question isn't answered today, we're going to be doing more podcasts.
Mhm.
So ask again, either in the comments or when we put up a story. But we'll start off with, how did you start Nerdbase?
All right,
Ryan,
so
you've been here the
this-
longest. So
Yeah, but this would certainly be a question for Bossman Craig if he was here. So Bossman, he started the business by himself a long time ago. This is 5+ years ago. He literally just started on like market stalls, little booths with action figures. I think even you come across him back in the day, maybe, because Brett's been on the scene a long time collecting. So I think you might have come across him once.
My parents found him before I found him.
Yeah,
They used to go to Battlesbridge all the time, and they met him
I see.
in his very first stall.
Yeah, because before we had the big shop, he started in a smaller unit within Battlesbridge, which was literally just like a roof space, like a little loft space, tiny. But Craig still had so much stuff that it was just piled on top of each other,
Yeah.
box after box of vintage toys. Like it was crazy. But
didn't he have like 5 Yank faces back then?
oh yes,
That
so
you
he still
couldn't
had a
get
lot
rid
of good stuff.
Blue
Yeah.
snaggletooths that you just couldn't get rid of.
Honestly, and it's just mad because now we've, as a team, especially over the years, we've managed to build up such a good rapport.
Yeah.
People come to see us from all over. So not trying to be big-headed about it, but it's thanks to all you guys and the customers that come in, made such a great experience for us. And we've managed to just grow the business from there. And now we're in a position where we have a much bigger shop. We've got a few shops now, actually. It's 3 in total so far. It's going great. So it started from there. Started from just a small market stall all by himself. And then eventually when he did get his shop, hired me. And then, maybe a year down the line, we started hiring other members like Brett and Tom here. And the rest is history. We've got a much bigger team, but I'm sure you'll see them in future episodes.
Yeah, we'll
get them on.
The team. That actually leads me into, are we going to open any more shops in the future?
Yeah, definitely. We don't need to talk necessarily in too much detail about that, but I know Brett for sure has been trying to scout different places to different areas and things that we could go to, and it's definitely on the cards. Who knows when? Hopefully next year. We can't say for sure. We don't know. These things take a lot of time.
Yeah, we've got to find the right place. We don't want to just.
But I think
force
as a
it
cross
into a
that we
place.
could end up with another shop
I mean,
very soon.
if you've got a shop in a prime location, hit me up.
Yeah, let us know. Honestly,
We do want to know actually where
if you've got
people want us to open shops.
Absolutely.
Definitely
Absolutely.
something that we want. Next one is from a young lad called Miles, age 8.
Hey, Miles.
Is Deadpool a good guy or a bad guy?
Oh,
Good question. Very good question.
That's debatable.
I'm happy to start.
Yeah, that's
Deadpool.
That's debatable.
Is a good guy who goes about things in a bad way.
He's like that classic vigilante
Yeah, he's a
person
vigilante.
who's not afraid to
Yeah.
take a few bodies.
He's not evil.
Yeah.
But he
I don't know. Like,
doesn't
so
do-
he's not evil in the sense of evil.
No.
But he will commit very evil acts. you
Yeah.
know?
to the wrong people. That like if they've done wrong,
I guess so.
He's not like Spider-Man.
But I also don't think he's not that bothered about collateral damage, which is an issue.
Let's wind it back. If we consulted Santa Claus, he would tell us that he's on the naughty list.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, yeah. So if we're going to black and white it, yeah, he's a bad guy.
I think he's a good guy who does some pretty bad things.
Yeah,
he's doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. So do you know what, Miles? I think for you're going to have to decide if he's the good guy.
I think he's getting coal
for Christmas.
He's going to get blocks of coal in his.
Excellent.
Yeah, brilliant.
I'll
Thanks, Miles.
Favourite toy line?
Mine's quite, I'd say, simple. My favourite toy line, I would say, if we're going to pick an era, my favourite toy line was the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. They were just, I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid, so for me it was the figures to have. And I didn't really collect that much, so yeah, for me it was the one. So that was mine.
If I was to go with a favourite toy line,
you've had a lot of choices.
I just collected everything. That's my problem. It's hard to choose one, and a lot of the stuff I'm collecting now you wouldn't consider to be a toy line.
Yeah,
like a lot of these anime statues, they're not a single line.
Yeah,
they're multiple different manufacturers.
Funny enough, is why I didn't mention it, because I would say, looking at my current collection,
like
my favourite stuff is my my King of Artists or my anime figures, but I wouldn't necessarily point that out. But
if I was to say a singular toy line, it would be the Ertl Super Mario Brothers movie figers.
You've said
I've said that before.
They're just classic figures. I owned pretty much all of them in on card, and I sold them all. And I'm probably going to try get them all loose eventually, just because they're a bit soulless mint on card. You want them loose, you want to play with them.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quite simple and just say Marvel Legends. I collect Black Series as well, but I think I just like the MCU Marvel Legends. The face sculpts are great, and
that's fair.
I like how they display.
A close contender to me was one I never started, but the Jada Street Fighter line. That was a super cool line.
Very cool line.
Yeah. I don't think I'm big enough into Street Fighter or anything, but you can appreciate
the box design's fantastic as well. It looks like a little arcade machine.
Yeah, definitely. What is your favourite guilty pleasure movie? And now this is, I think the questions actually said bad movie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of ask.
So I couldn't think of, technically my guilty pleasure wouldn't be considered a bad movie because it's quite highly regarded, but you wouldn't expect it to be my guilty pleasure movie. I'm not saying people know me, but my friends and you guys wouldn't expect this, but my favourite guilty pleasure movie is the Titanic.
Really?
I love the Titanic. Yeah, if I don't own it or anything, but I've seen that film a lot of times. And it's one of my favourites. Honestly, don't even joke, because when that song comes on, I'm vibing. Like Celine Dion, because of that film, like, mate, honestly, honestly, I love the Titanic.
You're right. I would never have guessed.
No, I love the Titanic. I'm not even going to lie about it. It's a great film.
Fungus the Bogeyman. Next.
That was a series, wasn't it?
That was a movie.
Was it?
A live action movie. A live action movie.
I remember a series.
Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle as well.
Oh,
I could just go on.
That's good.
So you have a lot.
Mine is Paddington 2 because
but it's not a bad film.
You and Paddington.
It's just a good film. Watch it.
No, it's not just a good film according to you. It's like the greatest film of all time, isn't it?
No, it's not the greatest. Well, it is the greatest film of all time. But also, it just baffles me that someone went into a pitch meeting for the sequel to the first Paddington movie, which is okay. It's a kids' movie.
Yeah,
it's good.
Let's send him to prison.
It's like no, let's make the best Paddington movie ever. And they're like, no, we could just put Paddington on anything and it would sell. They're like, no, we're making the best thing, and they did.
Ghoulies Go to College. That's homework. You should watch that.
I've literally never heard of that.
Let's move on. Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
Oh my god!
I'm going to go straight out Spider-Man. There's no way.
Just like that, you're just going to rip that band-aid off and just say Spider-Man. There's no like build up.
There's no build up needed.
Oh wow!
How much prep time are we talking?
Oh, Batman could have all the prep time in the world. And
I think you're not giving Batman enough credit there, bro.
No, I think people give Batman too much credit. I think Batman's good.
All right, look.
But at the end of the day,
I'll jump in and say I agree with you that Spider-Man would beat Batman.
No, I think Batman would win.
No, you're just saying that's annoying.
So, and I'm only agreeing with you because I think sometimes people just see Spider-Man as Spider-Man,
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man,
as a superhero.
Yeah.
They actually forget that he's also a scientist. He's actually very intelligent, and he's made all his own stuff.
If you give Batman prep time, you give Spider-Man prep time.
If you give him the same prep time, technically,
I think
they'd both be quite prepared.
Is neither of them will be able to kill each other, so no one's winning.
Yeah, they're both on that same
Yeah,
aspect
they
of-
both don't want to
Yeah.
kill.
So it wouldn't be about who kills who. It'd be more like who
Unless-
defeats who.
Unless
I
you
guess.
put in Superior Spider-Man, when he
Yeah, he
would
was like
absolutely
dark side.
obliterate.
Yeah.
Obliterate Batman. There you go. Batman's lost. Sorry, guys.
Batman
So we had 2 for Spider-Man, 1 for Batman.
Even if Batman wins, he'd have a mental breakdown because he's just killed Spider-Man, and then be like, "I
This is
can't do
moral
this
code, yeah.
anymore."
Moral code.
This is a nice, easy one. What's your favourite Pokemon? I don't mind.
Rubble,
Rubble's your favourite, is it?
Crubble,
Wait, who?
Crubble.
You
Isn't that
should make that.
the dog one?
I don't know.
You should make that
That
up.
sounds like
Let's see if
Rubble.
No,
Is that what it says?
I think he's made that up.
No, he hasn't. I swear.
Mine's
Rubble.
Bulbasaur because mine is an actual Pokemon.
You didn't make yours up. Yours isn't a
Yeah.
lie. I've got to find. I'm sure I know what you're talking about.
He's-
You just,
he's
yeah,
made it up.
see? No.
Grubbin.
Grubbin.
Oh, Grubbin.
Is that who you're thinking of?
Rubbin.
You sure?
Clearly, we don't know a lot about Pokemon.
I actually like the pink one with the hammer, but I can't think of his name.
Tinkerton.
Yes, that's
Tinkerton's
it.
pretty cool.
Does a tinker ton of damage.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if I have a favourite. That's the problem. I don't think I ever had a favourite.
Is that your answer? No favourite?
Yeah, do you know what? I can't really pick a favourite because even when I played my first game was Pokemon Red. Even when I played Pokemon Red, it was a team thing.
It's like picking between
So
his
I had
kids, but he can do that. He can't pick
My-
between the Pokemon.
My problem was because I'm a twin. We both got the game at the same time, and my brother was like, "Oh, I love Charmander. I want to pick Charmander." So he picked Charmander. So
So
I
you
would
picked
have
Squirtle.
to pick Squirtle because I wanted to make sure I had an edge. You know what I
Wanted
mean?
to win.
I'm not stupid. I still wanted an edge. So yeah, I would pick Squirtle. So probably Squirtle then. Sure, let's go with Squirtle.
First. The one toy you always wanted but never received. I've got quite a good answer. I always wanted the figures from Shaolin Showdown. I remember always asking my parents for them, but they were only, I think it was only in America and Europe they were released. So it was like £20 for the figure and then an extra £20 for shipping.
Yeah.
And obviously back then, 20 years ago, 27 years ago, my parents wouldn't justify
In the
that. So-
2008 economic crisis.
yeah, so they never got me it. But recently I went back and with my adult money and
Spent way too much.
spent
your
way
real
too
bigger
much and I got one. So very happy.
Nice, well done, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. So sadly,
Was spoiled and had everything.
yeah, I'm spoiled. I got everything. Yeah, I got absolutely everything.
no, I did.
Do you know what? I wasn't really into. I was into toys. I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But I don't think we ever really. Sorry, I say we because my brother. I never really wanted much in terms of toys. I think if I really really wanted something, then I would usually ask for it for like a birthday or Christmas, and I 9 times out of 10 I would get it. And I can't really remember a time when I was so disappointed that I couldn't.
Yeah,
get,
I'm
get a toy.
pretty much the same. Most
Yeah.
times, if I wanted something,
I would
I'd
say
get it for my
if
birthday
I
and
had to
Christmas.
flip it a bit, then I would say it's times when I was into a franchise and I just wanted everything and couldn't get it.
yeah,
So I'm talking like when Beyblades came out, like I wanted all of the
Yeah,
Beyblades, but I couldn't get all of the Beyblades. But
Why not?
there's loads of them. My parents had to fork out for 2 of us, so they didn't
Yeah,
want to.
they'd do
They'd have to
double.
pay double for everything, so it just wasn't happening.
no.
But I think maybe the biggest thing might have been Pokemon cards, actually. That is the one. It'd be Pokemon cards. We didn't get a lot of Pokemon cards because they were typically, again, parents would have to buy 2 of everything.
yeah,
And it was just, I think back then, especially my parents' view of it was it's cardboard. Why do you want?
Me
why
and
do you
my
want
sister
cardboard?
got one of the like £20 tins that we sell, where you get a coin and the card. I don't think you get a coin in it anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember we had to flip the coin to see who got the coin and who got the EX.
If
because
I'm
we just
honest-
got one between us.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I actually don't think our parents actually ever bought us Pokemon cards.
Wow.
I think we might have acquired some through friends giving us
Yeah.
some and trading for sweets
Yeah.
for some cards, and we ended up with some cards. But I don't think we
Never
ever
paid for
actually bought us cards. Yeah,
I went
I don't
round,
remember a
beating
time.
kids up on the playground to get on the
Yeah, I got my cards somehow. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, that's
Have
mine.
you got an answer?
So I don't really have many that I regret not getting because I can't really remember what I regret not getting.
Hmm.
I grew up mostly going around boot sales when I was younger, just to, like get toys and that sort of thing. But I do have a big regret. It's something I never bought. So when I was younger, I'd just been to a toy fair and I visited a gentleman's house. And I walked through his doorway, and from the
Where's
bottom, well, no. Anyway, so there's a stairway, and bottom step is Ghostbusters figures,
Yeah.
all the way to the very, very top. And they're all mint on card. Every single one.
wow.
It's the complete collection of mint on card Ghostbusters figures. And he offered them to me at the time for a really cheap price. Because I was like 15. And I was just with my dad. I didn't have that sort of money still, even though it was a cheap price.
Yeah.
And I never bought them. But I looked at them and I thought, these are really, really cool. And instead I bought a broken Ninja Turtle sewer layer and played with that a lot. And broke it a bit more. And yeah, it was fun.
Happens.
But yeah, you know, it's like I had lots of things
So
that I
that's
was.
your regret.
Yeah. I have a lot of brief things that I get into. I've, you know,
Fair enough.
ADHD when it comes to toys.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
know.
I jump around all the different
Yeah.
franchises as well. I kind of want them all, but I think
Yeah, I'm not
Shaolin
sound,
Showdown is the one thing that
Cool.
I never got. If you could open a toy shop in any universe, which would you pick?
Ooh, I like this
You
one.
said you had a good answer for this.
I don't know if it's a good answer, but it's an answer for monetary reasons.
Go on.
So I would put a toy shop, and hear me out,
Yeah.
in the Pokemon universe, because everyone in Pokemon already likes collecting stuff. Am I right?
True.
So I'm just feeding their addiction. They already
Yeah.
love collecting Pokemon, so they'll come in and I'll just have a ton of stuff. In fact, maybe my shop is more catered around stuff for your Pokemon. So like
Ooh.
accessories and stuff. You know?
Because
Isn't that just a shop in Pokemon?
Yeah, we'll call it nerd based. It'll be my shop.
they already sell Pokemon plushies. In
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
in the
I'll
games.
do like toys and
So you
stuff
just-
all about their Pokemon that they love.
Damn.
Yeah,
I would say
all for the.
for the money. I'd say the Marvel universe because I think like all these superheroes.
Again, would
flying
you be
around-
selling figures and toys of the superheroes that exist?
100%.
Yeah, there you go, man. That's the cash cow money.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
Same-
like,
same
come
money.
get your Spider-Man figure. He swings past like there he
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
It's
So
easy.
you got it. You know how that.
I think I'd do it in the Godzilla universe
There
just
you
so that I can get the insurance money when it gets stomped
When
on.
it gets crushed.
Inevitably destroyed.
Yeah. I like that.
What's your favourite comic book movie?
Godzilla.
I mean, it counts.
Yeah.
I'll count it. I'm going to say No Way Home.
I like Captain America: Winter Soldier.
No, the Dragon Ball movie, the live action.
Oh,
one.
don't Brett,
That's
stop.
right.
Yeah, I think for me, yeah, Winter Soldier.
Someone asked, will you sell more on the website, such as Pokemon singles?
So, with all of our second-hand and individual smaller items, we sadly can't offer them on the website, just due to how quick turnover they have, and then on top of that, because it all varies depending on condition pricing, we'd rather people come in the store and have a proper look at the item before purchasing. And because we're talking about like £1.50 to £2 cards sometimes, or like even like a £120 hit alt art card, we really want someone to come in and look, because a photo on a like website can't really capture the essence of a card. And very similar with vintage toys. Like I can say, oh, the figure feels a bit sticky to the touch, where maybe like the plasticizer is leaking on like a Ninja Turtles figure, but unless you come in the store and actually hold it, you can't really
You
see.
don't know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
There's usually also one of each thing.
Yeah,
like if we
exactly.
buy in Ninja Turtles, we might get a
Yeah,
Leo, a
yeah.
Raph. So by the time it takes us to upload all this to the website,
Yeah.
they might have sold in the
Yeah.
shop.
It's a lot of time, and we're a small team. And I think ultimately, a lot of the time, people are asking us for this stuff on our websites because the stuff they're asking for is typically quite high value. And that again brings us to the issue of if we've sold high value pre-owned items on the website, it's very difficult to track what is our product and what is something else.
Yeah,
And
true.
we've had it before where people will send back something that isn't what we sent out. And
Yeah.
it was all a big scam, and they've just wanted a small piece or an accessory, or they wanted a better version of a figure they've got.
Yeah.
And then they'll just come up with some spill that they weren't happy and they want to send it back. And when they do, it's not the product we sent. So
Yeah.
it's just a whole thing. And it's at the moment, it's better off we
Just-
don't have that hassle.
Just the new stuff, I think,
Yeah.
is going to be on the
Yeah.
website. If you could cross over two franchises, what would you pick? Now, I don't know if they mean this in like movie series or whether they mean it toy lines. 'Cause
Or in that
obviously-
case, just pick any two franchises.
yeah, we've had the Turtles of Grayskull recently,
Yeah.
which is quite a cool one.
You've had Turtles WWE, you've had Master of the Universe WWE, you've had
So what would you cross over with WWE for?
yeah,
Would you do One Piece WWE?
no, I don't think so. Oh, WWE anime would be super cool just in general, but it's not really a franchise cross.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer
I knew you were going to say
Mm.
Demon Slayer. I don't know why.
and
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Demon Slayer and Star Wars.
Strange.
That is strange.
Just seeing demons get cut down with a lightsaber would be super
That would be cool,
satisfying.
to be fair.
Yeah, they
That
should
would
just upgrade Tanjiro with a lightsaber.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a sci-fi Demon Slayer.
Yeah, plus they'll get the Force. That'd be sweet. Yeah,
but then, like, because you're not only ramping up the good guys, you're ramping up the bad guys as well. So, like, you could have them be creatures of the Sith.
yeah,
Very cool.
that would be really cool.
It's been done technically. I want to see more of it. Invincible and Marvel.
Yeah, all right.
Because
That's a safe
like the
answer,
brief
yeah.
crossovers they've had with Spider-Man is very cool.
Yeah.
I'd just love to see Invincible kind of interacting with the rest of the Marvel
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's a bit more brutal. Or Invincible and the Boys. That'd be quite
yeah. I think I'd cross over. There's so many things you could cross over.
cool.
I'm going to say Harry Potter. I
know
want Harry Potter crossed with something because
Harry Potter and everything.
I wonder if what like customer answers would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, what viewer answers would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
maybe-
definitely have to put
maybe-
in the comments.
Comment
Yeah.
what two
Well,
franchises.
who would you
what's
want to
your
see
favourite?
Harry Potter?
Who would you
crossover
cross Harry Potter with? Because that's, I think, the reason I'm thinking Harry Potter is because it's very structured, isn't it?
Yeah,
At
it'd be
school, they're all wizards and witches, so you could definitely throw something weird in there to like, just throw a spanner in.
From any universe, who could you beat in a fight?
For us, who
Yeah.
could we be?
We beat
Oh, everyone. Easy mode.
taking on Vegeta and
Yep,
then
no
Goku.
problem. No problem. No.
I'm going to say like J. Jonah Jameson. He's just an old man. Like Howard the Duck.
Sorry, excuse me.
I think it could be Aquaman.
You think you
Yeah, like,
out of water?
Aquaman's very strong, you know that.
no, but like what I'd do is, I'd blindfold gag him, take him to the desert, and then just like start kicking him. Like,
Why?
it'd be-
Oh, because he's dry out.
You thought this out. Like,
Oh my god.
No.
I was going to say Alfred, but Alfred's pretty bad.
I bet
Some of the
Alfred would
comics.
kick my
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Let's be honest. Who could I beat? It'd have to. I'm sorry, like everyone's super strong.
But out of everyone, I know the only person you can't beat in any universe is Crocodile because he turns into sand.
God, you and Crocodile, you love Crocodile.
Yeah, but he turns into sand.
Yeah.
I think I
So
could
does
beat.
Sandman.
I think I could beat Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's not allowed to use
he's
magic
doing
out of school.
If I'm allowed a gun, I can beat all of them.
Maybe not all of them, but yeah, it increases your
You need
chance.
Protego, a bullet? I don't know, actually.
Next question: what is your favourite Megazord?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Mine's Mighty Morphin's a Dino Megazord.
Yeah, Dynamozord. Yeah,
I think mine was Dino Thunder.
yeah,
Mighty
Dynamozord,
Morphin's
yeah.
really all it was for me. So,
Yeah. There's so many good Megazords. Another probably close second for Tom would be Spider-Man's Megazord.
Oh, yeah, they did
Yeah.
that.
Leopardon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the coolest one was Time Force.
I don't think I watched Time Force. That's the thing. I was like out of.
Well,
Power
SPD
Rangers.
Emergency.
You're too younger than me, so you watched all the sort of new age Power Rangers. Yeah.
Is there any items that has come into shop that you regret not picking up?
There
For
is
you, there's going to be a lot.
there is so
because-
much, but at the
Certain
same
wrestlers, there must be.
Well, I feel like every week when something comes in, he's like, "Do I need this, Ryan?"
You
And I say to him, "This is my answer. You don't. It's not.
don't need
you say,
anything.
do you want it, right?
yeah.
Or do you need it even?" And I
Yeah.
said, "It's not about need, Brett. It's about want. Do you want it?"
I want Hot Toys Peacemaker, but I can't afford or have anywhere to put Hot Toys
It's the
Peacemaker.
size of
You
it.
should buy it.
But
You didn't get that Luffy figure. The big
Oh,
statue.
okay, yeah. So this wasn't a
But
vintage or a
we've got
pre-owned
them
item.
coming again, by the way.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely getting
Gonna get it
that.
now.
Because basically, there was this big Luffy from One Piece figure. I think it was Figure
Gear
Arts, was
5,
it?
yeah. Figure Out Zero.
Figure Art Zero, and it's awesome. And I debated it and dabbled. I just didn't decide that I wanted it. There was only two, and then we sold one. I was like, oh god, there's only one left. And then my brother came along and bought the other one.
So you didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
And he unboxed it and it looks
Yeah, and
amazing.
it looks amazing, and
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. So
Big
yeah, there we
regret. Going off of that, does all of your wages go back into
Ah!
the shop?
go. Yours does.
I was going to say,
Oh my
I
god.
don't regret not picking anything up because I pick it up. When it comes in,
Yeah,
if I want it, I
yeah.
do
You don't
just
have
buy
that,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing that I've...
So this is everyone. A lot of our customers want to work at Nerdbase, but you don't if you want money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
There's a reason Craig hired us.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan's
Yeah.
family.
The tactic here is to hire people that like nerdy stuff, not because they're knowledgeable, but because they'll spend their money back in the business.
Yeah. So Craig knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Boss man Craig, yeah.
Any future events / guests / shinings that we've got planned or upcoming?
Loads in the pipe works,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, we've definitely got. I know Craig's got big plans for like next year, next summer. We're obviously going to do the May the 4th again,
Yeah,
or
always,
Star Wars
yep.
weekend. But yeah, I know Craig wants to kind of double down on events and
I might be doing a signing because I've been on TV. I've been on Keith Lemon. I was on there for a good few
Oh my
seconds.
God.
I'm going to put the picture in.
Yeah,
slap that on the screen.
been on there for
Yeah,
a good
that's
few
cool.
seconds.
Yeah.
But the answer is
Best
yes. We
Yeah.
definitely are planning.
Didn't he
more.
get cut though?
No,
he
I was
made
on
it.
there.
Oh, no, he
for-
made it.
But they
Definitely
cut my line. I told
Oh,
an incredible
yeah, they
joke.
cut his
You'll
lines,
never
that's
get to hear it. It was an incredible joke.
What is the rarest Pokemon sets that you've had come in? And I think this is quite an easy one. We had the complete base set all the way up to EX Ruby Sapphire, I
Yeah.
think.
Like every set.
Every set in mint condition, all in the like original blue binders.
They were like easy 10 gradables every card.
Yeah, we've had people, like I had someone come in the other day saying how they picked it up and it was like, oh, it's expensive, but they picked it up, took it home, and was like, no, these are
Mint.
Perfect,
mint cards. I think the biggest one from that was the Sky Ridge.
Yeah.
Skyridge big.
which-
yeah.
I know the boss regrets not breaking them up himself and grading every single card.
Yeah.
It's just like,
But it's
essentially
it's
he
the
could have
turnaround
made
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have made more money doing that, of course, but the length of time
So that lasted what, 2 weekends?
Yeah.
It was
it's gone like that.
crazy amount of
Because you
stuff.
guys remember, I was saying like, oh, these sets came in, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fantastic. But it's going to take quite a while to get through all
and
of
then,
this.
Yeah,
Because these are expensive sets.
2 weekends later,
Honestly,
all gone.
so quick.
It was. What's your favourite figure that you own personally?
So I actually sold off a lot of my figures. I'm trying to downsize before I eventually move again, and then I can set up a nice room for myself and have my collectibles in there. But right now I'm on my anime figure hype.
Cool.
I don't have a personal favourite, even though this lore one, I think right now is my favourite. But just in general, the King of Artists figures are much better than, in my opinion, than a lot of them. They're a bit bigger, the sculpts look better, the details look better. And I love One Piece, it's my favourite franchise. So yeah, for me, it's those.
I've got too many favourite figures, which is my problem. I could just send a photo of what my cabinet looks like, and
We can put it on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it. We'll put it.
Um,
He's got loads of stuff.
If you've got kids, make sure they look away. You know.
Maybe just some of his cabinet.
Yeah. But probably my favourite right now is a figure from Uma Musume, which is getting a UK release. But it's called Twin Turbo, and it's like they're all horse girls.
It's about the horse racing thing. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. But yeah, it's she's a really cute character in the show.
It's
Has
like
like
the
an arc. But yeah, really, the colours just pop on the figure.
Nice.
I'll pop a picture up.
Yeah.
I think mine is over my Hot Toys Grogu, just because he looks so
Yeah.
good.
Cool.
It's the 1-to-1 Grogu, or the custom Invincible I did.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Um,
you might have to slap that on there.
I'll put a picture
Put a
of that
picture
up there.
because that's really impressive.
Yeah, I made a
Yeah.
custom Invincible figure in Marvel Legends
Yeah.
scale.
It was good.
First ever thing I've customized.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I've actually bought some stuff to do a custom Gambit and a custom
do it. I'd love to see that.
Cavalrine as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
But that'd be my two. And I think that is all the questions we've got time for.
Oh, okay.
So we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
and-
So this was our first one, guys. So yeah, please bear with us for all the teething issues. If there's any mic issues, video issues, anything like
strange
that.
cuts where we stop
Yeah,
talking.
there's definitely going to be some cuts. Sorry. Thanks for tuning in. This was episode 1. So look forward to episode 2. Of course, we'll keep you up to date because I'm sure we're going to ask the community more questions
we
and more
definitely.
things as
So
well.
yeah,
ready
if
for
you've
the
got
next
any
one.
questions, keep an eye out on our social media or just comment them on this video, whether it's it'll probably be YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And hopefully next time it'll be less editing for these two.
Yeah.
I ain't doing
I
it.
cut out as much
Yeah.
of Brett's stuff, but
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah,
and
thanks a
we'll
lot.
see you on the next one.
Peace.